guys, my name is Trevor. Welcome back to the channel. We're over halfway through 2025, and with that today I am sharing with you my top 10 favorite movies of the year so far. I have not seen every movie that came out this year. I have not even seen all the biggest movies that came out this year. But nonetheless, of the ones that I have seen, I'm sharing with you my 10 favorites so far. Let me know down below in the comment section, what is your picks for the best movies of 2025 so far? Lots of movies still to come out. I think it's going to be a good second half of the year, especially with the month of July being as packed as it is. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and let's hop into this right at number 10. And at number 10 is going to be a Netflix original movie. Came out back in January, starring Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx back in action. This is kind of like a double standard on the name because these characters in the movie are back in action, back being spies, but also Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx are back on the movie screen together. This is a ton of fun. It's a little cheesy at certain times, but nonetheless, it's a family spy movie that I had a ton of fun with. I was laughing my butt off throughout. Great to see Cameron Diaz back. Really great to see Jamie Foxx back. Maybe a little bit formulaic. You're going to see a lot of the twists and turns coming, but nonetheless, I found myself being very surprised with this movie. At number 9, speaking of surprises, is going to be Ballerina, a John Wick spinoff. I was a big hater going into this movie because we didn't need a John Wick spinoff. It's all I kept saying. We don't need this movie. Why is it being made? Well, I ended up enjoying this than the previous last 2 John Wick movies. I had a ton of fun with this one. I believe you can watch it at home now. I want to go back and rewatch it because it is that badass. Ana de Armas is absolutely amazing in pretty much everything she does, but in this movie specifically, she is badass. John Wick doesn't have the most limelight, the most screen time throughout this movie, but I thought they utilized him perfectly. They definitely utilized him to get more money at the box office so they could use him in the marketing, but when he does come in, it's pretty damn sick, and they really do a good job at fitting this movie into the John Wick franchise. It made it really seem that Ana de Armas had been in and around the events of the John Wick movies. Make it for a kick-ass time. Honestly, I hope we get a sequel. At number 8, The Accountant 2. This is a lot different than the first Accountant. The first Accountant has such that serious tone of Ben Affleck being an actual accountant, and Anna Kendrick's in there. They have like a weird relationship, and then you get a lot of backstory on Ben Affleck's character. This movie really focuses on the buddy cop vibes. I love Gavin O'Connor, one of my favorite directors, and it's interesting to see the take and the route they went with this movie. The first 30 minutes, I was expecting not to like this movie whatsoever. Then Jon Bernthal came in, and Jon Bernthal is one of my favorite actors. When he comes on screen, the chemistry comes out with Ben Affleck. They have such good banter back and forth on screen. The action is top notch. It just takes a little bit of time to get going, but nonetheless, you can watch this on Amazon Prime right now. Towards the end, as the movie picks up and it gets on its feet, it's pretty damn sweet. You love the brother chemistry with this one. At number 7 is an Apple TV Plus original movie, The Gorge, starring Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. A genre-blending movie. It's an action, sci-fi, horror, romance. A movie I was not expecting anything from. Heard a couple people talking about it online saying you have to see this movie, and I loved it. For a while, it was my favorite movie of the year. Miles Teller might not be on his charm like he is with a lot of movies, but I think he plays this character who has PTSD so well. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm a diehard fan of her. Their chemistry back and forth works so well. But my favorite part about this movie was the romance part. They are on different sides of the gorge. They are not supposed to interact with each other, but they start interacting and having this relationship that I bought into. And then when they go down into the gorge, it's full-on horror, sci-fi, action-packed to the max. It might not stick the landing the best for some. For me, it really, really worked. A solid 4 out of 5. From this point on, we're all at the 4 out of 5 range. At number 6, How to Train Your Dragon live-action remake. Is it the same exact, and I mean the same exact movie as the animated? 100%. But if you go in and take this movie just as its own, is it good? In my opinion, yes. I had a lot of fun with this. I like to see animated movies brought to the live action screen. They didn't change anything. They had a lot of the same dialogue in there. They had a lot of the same beats, moments, and score, and everything. It's pretty much spot on similar. But it was still a ton of fun. And I'm excited for the sequel, and I'm excited for the third one to get made, because seeing these in live action when they're riding Toothless and he's learning how to ride, dude, it gives you chills. Seeing the score when it is live action, where did they find these dragons? Because I want some. Breaking us into the top 5, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is one I need to go back and rewatch, because when I watched it the first time, I enjoyed it. There's several moments throughout here that you are gripping your seat, you are so nervous, you're holding your breath with Tom Cruise underwater. Don't recommend that, I almost drowned. But it's one of those movies that's really long, and it's one of those movies that after I saw it, and I saw a couple other movies, I forgot this came out this year. I still enjoyed it, and I go back on my Letterboxd, I still gave it a solid, I think, 4 out of 5. It's just one I need to go back and rewatch, because I think if I rewatch it, I'll enjoy it more. I'm expecting it to come on VOD or on Blu-ray soon. I'll definitely pick it up and watch it then. Very curious to see if my interest will go up with it or not. I think it's a solid finale. I think we leave this franchise alone for a while, maybe pick it up in a couple years, maybe don't pick it up again. I think it was a solid exit for the franchise. Thought it was a solid finale. Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt is one of the coolest characters of all time. At number 4 is going to be Jurassic World Rebirth. This movie to me was just dinosaur fun with a cool new adventure and some awesome actors and actresses throughout there. Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey have some great chemistry. ScarJo might be off her game a little bit in this movie, but Jonathan Bailey carries. He is the heart, the soul, the humor, the love. He's everything you want for this movie. He's the best. He's a megastar. They added a family in there. They seem to kind of do this. I think the family was unnecessary. It gave some more depth, I guess, to the movie, but in my opinion, if it was just about this crew on the boat to go and get what they're supposed to get from the island, that's more interesting to me. The family annoyed me quite a bit, but nonetheless, the chemistry between the cast, the visuals, Gareth Edwards knows how to absolutely just make a beautiful looking movie. I think he's still trying to figure out how to make a great movie. Nonetheless, this was good. Not great by any means. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it and I had fun. At number 3 is Sinners. This one is interesting because I love, and I mean I love, the first 2/3 of this movie. But by the time the third act rolled around, it kind of took me out of it. Now, I know this is a vampire movie. I know we're going to have some big, bad vampire action at the end. But it felt like a Twilight Breaking Dawn Saga Part 2 ending finale between these vampire versus humans fight. It took me out of the movie a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. But the first 2/3 with Smoke and Stack trying to create this blues club and get their business going and get the whole team together, dude, I was bought in. I was bought into this world. Michael B. Jordan gave his best performance. Now we cousins. Dude, that was hilarious. There's some great dialogue throughout here. The relationships between Smoke and his lady and Stack and his lady. Haley Steinfeld thrown in the mix. Ryan Coogler was cooking with this movie for me until that third act. This is on HBO Max right now. My wife's been wanting to watch it. I'm going to show her it soon, and I think I'll like it more because I've been wanting to rewatch it ever since I saw it. At number 2, Thunderbolts. This movie is criminally underseen, unfortunately. Did not do the best at the box office. It ended up being titled The New Avengers. But Thunderbolts is one of those movies that's different for the MCU. And that's what makes me so upset that people didn't go see it, because people have been asking for the MCU to do something different. And they didn't show up when they did, because it's one of the more different and unique MCU movies that you can see. One of the more different and unique comic movies that you can see. This group of characters should not work together as well as they work together. It's my favorite version of them that we've seen. My favorite version of Bucky, of Yelena, Red Guardian, of US Agent, Ghost. I actually liked her throughout this movie. So it gave us all that, and it has a great villain in Bob/Sentry. In the Void. It's all very scary, but this has such good heart, such good emotion. When Yelena and Red Guardian have that father-daughter moment, it hits you right in the feels. This movie hit me emotionally more than I thought it was going to. I loved it. It's my favorite comic book movie project of the year. We'll see how that holds up with these other 2 movies coming out in the next couple weeks. But my favorite movie of the year is one I just watched recently. It's F1. I've heard people call this the best dad movie. I've heard people call this the most action-packed movie of the summer, and I would agree with both of those things. Joseph Kosinski knows how to direct these awesome, immersive action movies. He did it with Top Gun Maverick, arguably my favorite movie of all time, and he did it again with F1. Brad Pitt is just so cool. Every movie he's in, he is like the coolest character ever. The fact that he drove an F1 car, he only went about 180 miles per hour. I say only lightly, but the fact that he got in his car and drove 180 miles per hour is revolutionary. That does not happen very often. I listened to a podcast where he broke it all down, and you had to go 180 miles per hour because if you go any less, it is considered dangerous. Get that through your head. He risked his literal life to make this movie for us, to make it the most immersive experience ever. It's crushing at the box office. I believe it will come on Apple TV originally. Don't walk, don't run, drive as fast and safely as you can to go see this one on the big screen. That's going to do it. F1 is my favorite movie of the year so far. These are my 10 favorites of 2025 so far. The second half of the year has some bangers. I'm looking forward to watching them. What's your favorite and least favorite movie of the year so far? What's some movies I've missed that I need to watch? I need to check out Companion. I need to check out Novocaine. Predator, Killers of Killers. There's a couple others in there as well. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on 2025 for movies so far. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Thank you guys for watching and for being here. I'll see you in the next one.